just a good old boy.
Greetings, Throwback Titans. It's time again to take a journey back to the golden age of television as we uncover some hidden secrets of 80s sitcoms. Whether you love the family bonds of Family Ties or the heartfelt lessons of Diff'Rent Strokes, these iconic shows have stood the test of time, charming audiences for decades. However, behind the laugh tracks and unforgettable theme songs, there were untold stories and backstage drama that few fans ever knew about. From heated co-star rivalries and battles with addiction to clashes with network executives, there's a treasure trove of secrets waiting to be revealed. Join me as I dive into the untold stories and behind-the-scenes drama of everyone's favorite 80s sitcoms. So are y'all ready to take this journey together? I know I sure am. There's a lot of stuff in here that is super interesting. Like, wait till you get to Roseanne or Small Wonder or wait. I'm saying way too much. You just gotta watch it. I guarantee some of this stuff you absolutely will not believe.
Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop.
Yards! He scores! The Bulls lead 80s.
Girl, your hair's so nappy, Wilson couldn't pick it.
This is Max Headroom.
Are you kidding?
Alf and the Hate Within. Many cast members has revealed that working on Alf wasn't all laughs. So why would anyone have issues with a hit sitcom? The answer? Alf itself. Yep, Alf himself, meaning the puppet, caused a surprising amount of tension. Making a lifelike alien required a whole team of puppeteers, elaborate set designers, and awkward blocking to hide the magic from the cameras. This meant the human actors had to work in cramped spaces, couldn't move naturally, and believe it or not, some even grew jealous of Alf's stardom. Max Wright, who played the stressed-out dad Willie Tanner, struggled the most. A trained theater actor, Wright wasn't thrilled about sharing the spotlight with the puppet. He famously described his experiences as frustrating and admitted he was hugely eager to have Alf over with. Man, I guess he couldn't have worked on the Muppets, huh? After the final scene was shot, Wright reportedly walked off set without saying goodbye. Now that's just not right. So while Alf entertained millions, it left its cast feeling anything but warm and fuzzy. But hey, that's showbiz, even when your co-stars from Melmac. Barney Miller, cops salute you. When you think of cop shows, action-packed car chases and shootouts might come to mind. But Barney Miller broke that mold, and real-life police officers loved it for that reason. The classic series was considered one of the most realistic portrayals of police work on TV. Why was that? Because it focused on the real day-to-day grind of police life, paperwork, quirky cases, and plenty of bureaucracy. It wasn't about high-octane drama. It was about the humor, challenges, and camaraderie behind the badge. And let's not forget the unforgettable cast of characters. From the no-nonsense yet lovable Captain Barney Miller to the hilariously eccentric Detective Wojo, the show brought relatable personalities to life with incredible writing and performances. Whether you tuned in for the laughs, the characters, or the behind-the-scenes look at police work, Barney Miller truly had it all. Benson gave Seinfeld the boot. Okay, now picture this. You're Jerry Seinfeld. You show up on the set of Benson, ready to do your thing, only to find out you've been fired. Yep, the producers decided to let him go, without even telling him first. Oh, that is cold-blooded. Talk about awkward. It's like a plot twist from one of Jerry's own stand-up routines, right? But here's the kicker. Getting the pink slip from Benson might have been the best thing to ever happen to him. Instead of letting it drag him down, Seinfeld turned that setback into fuel, paving the way for his rise to comedic superstardom. So was getting fired from Benson the universe's way of nudging Jerry toward Seinfeld greatness? On Cheers, Some had hate in their heart.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Did you know that behind the friendly vibe of Cheers, not everyone was on the best of terms? Shelley Long, who played the iconic Diane Chambers, reportedly could not stand Kelsey Grammer, who portrayed the now legendary Frasier Crane. Rumor has it that Long's dislike for Grammer was so intense, the writers and producers decided to make him a permanent part of the show just to push her buttons. Wow. Talk about a petty yet power move. But hold on. Others argue that Grammer earned his spot fair and square, thanks to his incredible performance as Frasier. Either way, there was definitely some tension brewing behind the bar at Cheers. The good news? Whatever bad blood existed didn't last forever. Long even guest starred on a few episodes of Frasier later on, proving that bygones can truly be bygones, even in Hollywood. The Cosby Show and the unhappy eldest child. Sandra Huxtable, the oldest Huxtable sibling on The Cosby Show, who was played by the talented Sabrina LaBeouf. But while the show broke barriers and became one of the most beloved sitcoms of all time, Sabrina didn't feel as fulfilled by her role as you might think. In fact, she once admitted feeling embarrassed about her work on the show. She believes she was cheating the viewers by not delivering her best performance. By not delivering her best performances. Ouch, right? Sabrina explained that working in television didn't give her the creative freedom to showcase her full potential as an actor. After 5 years on the show, she felt stuck, unable to truly flex her skills in the way that she wanted. It's an interesting perspective, though, considering how iconic The Cosby Show became, but it just goes to show that even in groundbreaking roles, actors sometimes struggle with personal and professional fulfillment. With Diff'Rent Strokes, fake dad trumps real dad.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Did you know that the heartwarming bonds you saw on Diff'Rent Strokes between Mr. Drummond and Willis wasn't just great acting? It was the real thing. According to Todd Bridges, who played Willis, Conrad Bain, who played Mr. Drummond, wasn't just a co-star, he was like a second father to him. In interviews, Todd Bridges has shared just how much Bain's kindness meant to him during their time on the show. Quote Bridges, "He was a really good man, just an all-around nice guy, and he treated me better than my own father treated me." Wow. Bain's compassion and fatherly presence clearly extended far beyond the script, making a lasting impact on Bridges' life and the lives of others on the set. It's touching to see how this legendary sitcom brought not just laughs, but also genuine connections among its cast. Doogie Howser was breaking all the rules. Let me explain. Did you ever notice something missing from Doogie Howser, MD? You probably didn't. I didn't at the time either. But this iconic show was one of the first sitcoms to ditch the laugh track. No canned laughter, no studio audience. Just clever writing, heartfelt moments, and incredible performances. At the time when sitcoms leaned heavily on those insert laugh here moments, Doogie Howser, MD trusted its audience to decide what was funny. And honestly, it worked. The show's unique style let Neil Patrick Harris shine as the teenage prodigy balancing medical crises with growing pains. Even as a young actor, Harris proved he was destined for comedic greatness. Without the distraction of canned giggles, the series paved the way for other laugh track free hits. So thank you, Doogie Howser, for keeping it real and proving that audiences are smart enough to laugh or cry on their own without the influence of canned laughter. Okay, so in Family Ties, there was a wild ending that almost happened. Y'all gotta strap in for this one. You won't believe this. Did you know the cast of Family Ties had a jaw-dropping idea for how the series should end? Believe it or not, they jokingly pitched an ending where the entire Keaton family went out in a blaze of glory. No, they mean that literally. Their plan? A plane crash. Yep, you heard that right. The reasoning behind the darkly comedic suggestion? They wanted to make sure there was no chance of a reunion show down the road. Talk about committing to the finale. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed and the Keatons avoided their fiery send-off. In hindsight, it's probably for the best. Imagine Family Ties ending like a disaster movie. But hey, you can't blame the cast for wanting to go out with a bang, or should I say, crash. The Golden Girls got summoned by the Queen Mother.
Thank you for being a friend.
All right, good people, it's time to talk about one of the greatest TV shows of all time, The Golden Girls. This iconic sitcom didn't just capture hearts across America. No. It became a global phenomenon with fans spanning generations, continents, and even royal palaces. Get this. When the show was at its peak, it got a royal seal of approval. The Queen Mother herself, yes, actual royalty, Queen Elizabeth, wrote to the Golden Girls saying she'd love to see them perform live. And you know what? When she calls, they came. And they delivered. In 1988, B. Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty flew to London and live acted a custom episode just for the Queen Mother's exhibition. Can you imagine Dorothy's sarcasm, Blanche's flirtatiousness, Rose's St. Olaf stories, and Sophia's zingers in front of royalty? That's how you become TV legends, folks. In moments like this, though, it reminds us why the Golden Girls are forever golden. I guess they told Queen Elizabeth, thank you for being a friend. The Jeffersons and interracial censorship.
Well, we're moving on now. To the east side.
Did you know that CBS executives almost erased a groundbreaking moment from TV history? Yeah, we're talking about the Jeffersons. In the very first episode, there's an iconic interracial kiss between Tom and Helen Willis, a moment that nearly got censored by the network. But here's where it gets good. Executive producer Fred Silverman wasn't having any of it. He fought tooth and nail to keep that kiss in the show. And thank goodness he did, because that moment wasn't just bold, it was history in the making. The scene broke barriers, challenged stereotypes, and helped pave the way for a more diverse representation on television. So let's give a big shout out to Fred Silverman for standing his ground and ensuring the Jeffersons made a lasting impact. Nowadays, we wouldn't even look twice at an interracial couple. But back then, that was pretty controversial. Laverne and Shirley? Quiet, no, drama on the set.
Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hassenbeff Incorporated.
Uh-oh, things weren't always so wacky and fun behind the scenes of Laverne and Shirley. According to producer Gary Marshall, the set was often sizzling with drama, and not the good kind. Stars Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams were as feisty off-screen as their characters were on-screen, often clashing over creative differences and their visions for the show. Each believed they knew best, and they weren't shy about letting everyone know it. Caught in the crossfire? The poor writers who struggled to keep the peace while trying to create TV magic. Can you imagine that work environment? But hey, here's the silver lining. Despite the drama, Laverne and Shirley became a timeless classic that we all know and love. And that theme song, still an absolute earworm. So let's tip our hats and maybe our milk and Pepsi combos, remember that? To the cast and crew who gave us one of TV's most iconic sitcoms. They may have had their struggles, but the result, pure comedy gold. A very dysfunctional mama's family. Did you know there was some juicy behind-the-scenes drama on the set of Mama's Family? Carol Burnett, comedy legend and guest star during the show's first 2 seasons, decided to step away after her divorce from the show's producer, Joe Hamilton. Talk about super awkward. Can you imagine working alongside your ex in a high-pressure TV environment? Most of you probably couldn't imagine working alongside your ex at an amusement park. Despite the personal drama, Carol and Joe kept things professional on set. And let's not forget the incredible mark Carol left on the show. Her larger-than-life personality and comedic genius helped shape Mama's Family into the beloved classic we know today. Those first 2 seasons wouldn't have been the same without her hilarious contributions. Married with Children, Al versus Marcy? Oh, that's a real thing. Did you know that the on-screen rivalry Al Bundy and Marcy D'Arcy had in Married with Children wasn't just great acting? It turns out that the actors behind those iconic characters didn't exactly get along in real life either. Their clashes went beyond the script, leading to on-set tensions and even drama off-screen, like Amanda not inviting Ed to her wedding. Talk about taking the feud to the next level. One reason for their rocky relationship? Amanda Bierce's portrayal of Marcy as a more assertive, masculine character. Ed O'Neill once joked, as she became more masculine, she became a little more snarky. She could grow a tooth, as we used to say. Ouch. Despite their real-life disagreements, their electric chemistry on screen turned this feud into one of the most memorable parts of the show. Whether you were Team Al or Team Marcy, their constant sparring helped cement Married with Children as a cult classic. I mean, come on. How many TV dads are as great as Al Bundy? Apparently, Night Court's John Larroquette is one of the GOATs. So let's talk about John Larroquette, aka Dan Fielding, aka also apparently the king of comedy, aka the guy who turned being hilariously inappropriate into an art form. Did you know that this Emmy-winning legend dominated the awards circuit so hard, he basically retired himself from the race? That's right. After snagging 4 consecutive Emmys for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Larroquette told the Academy, you know what? Let's give someone else a shot. Imagine being so good at what you do that you opt out of winning more trophies. But wait, there's more. Larroquette was offered his very own spin-off series centered around his iconic character Dan Fielding, the smooth-talking, ego-driven prosecutor we all love to hate. And what did he say? Nah, I'm good. Excuse me? Wait, who turns down their own show? All jokes aside, John Larroquette's decision proves he's not just a funny guy, he's a class act who always keeps us guessing. Whether he's stealing scenes in Night Court or casually turning down Hollywood offers, Larroquette's legacy in comedy is untouchable. Roseanne and her wardrobe meltdown. Now, when it comes to wardrobe choices, Roseanne Barr wasn't exactly thrilled about her character's outfits on Roseanne. Can you blame her? They always dressed her really frumpy. Barr was so unhappy with her on-screen look that she reportedly took matters into her own hands, and I mean literally. She once threatened a producer with a pair of scissors over the questionable wardrobe choices. Yikes! Her goal? To ditch the stretchy suits and embrace flannels, t-shirts, and denim, the ultimate combo of comfort and style. The flannel and denim look became iconic for Roseanne and perfectly fit her down-to-earth character. In the end, we're glad Roseanne fought for her style and that no one got hurt in the process. A small wonder, but parents can be a big problem. Did you think everything was smooth sailing on the set of Small Wonder? Well, think again. While the main cast was all smiles and friendly on screen, behind the scenes, things weren't as rosy, especially when it came to the parents of the child actors. Emily Schulman, who played the quirky Harriet, revealed that there was major tension between the parents. They didn't even agree on a single tutor for the children actors. So the studio ended up hiring 3, that's right, 3 separate tutors to keep the peace. Talk about a behind-the-scenes headache. But despite the drama between the parents, you got to think the child stars still had a blast making the show. And speaking of the stars, Tiffany Brissett's mom, and Tiffany played Vicky, was especially determined to make sure her daughter got her moment to shine. Sounds like she was working overtime to get Tiffany the spotlight. It's crazy to think that while we were watching Vicky the robot, all this real-life drama was happening off camera. Sometimes I think parents think that they're in show business when it's really their children. Should Taxi have been called Everybody Hates Andy? Did you know there was some serious beef behind the scenes of Taxi? According to Judge Hirsch, who played Alex on the series, the cast didn't exactly see eye to eye with their quirky co-star Andy Kaufman. What caused the rift? Well, Kaufman was known for his love of outrageous characters and elaborate pranks, and it seems not everyone found his antics amusing. Here's the wild twist. Despite the off-scene drama, Taxi remains a fan favorite celebrated for its sharp writing, unforgettable characters, and amazing ensemble cast. Maybe that behind-the-scenes friction even added a little extra magic to the show? I don't know. But whatever it was, they made it work, and they made a classic. Kevin and Winnie's first kiss was real.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
Young love. Did you know that Kevin and Winnie's first kiss on the Wonder Years wasn't just their characters' first? It was the very first kiss for Fred Savage and Danica McKellar. That's right. These two were only 11 and 12 years old at the time, making this an unforgettable and nerve-wracking moment. Danica shared that there was a lot of anticipation leading up to the big scene. Imagine having your first kiss not just in front of your crush, but with cameras rolling and a crew watching. Talk about pressure. While the two admitted to having a little crush on each other in the early days, Danica revealed that their friendship eventually evolved into more of a sibling bond. Growing up on a sitcom set will do that to you. Their sweet on-screen chemistry is a part of what made the Wonder Years so iconic and relatable. Who didn't root for Kevin and Winnie? Three's Company and the Case of More Moolah. Now here's some behind-the-scenes drama on Three's Company you may not have known. Suzanne Summers, who brought the lovable Chrissy Snow to life, was at the center of all of this major conflict. She demanded a massive pay raise and even part ownership of the show. When her demands weren't met, she started skipping work, a move that did not sit well with her co-stars John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt. Tensions hit a breaking point, and things got so bad that Ritter and DeWitt reportedly refused to work with her. It's a shame, though, because the trio's on-screen chemistry was a huge part of what made the show such a blast to watch. But here's the silver lining. After Summers left, Three's Company continued to thrive with new cast members as an entrepreneur and as a talk show host. So I imagine everything worked out for the best. And that's it. It's a wrap. How many did you know? No. How many did you really know that was going on in that show? I was blown away. I mean, Roseanne with the scissors, Small Wonder with the parents. The list goes on and on. But thankfully, everything worked out and gave us the fantastic memories of these shows that we enjoy still to this day. But that's all we have for today. You already know what to do. Yep, see, I didn't say it. And you know what to do. For all of my family members here, thank you for taking this ride. For those who aren't in the family yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of the family. I guarantee you we have a ball over here, and we all enjoy each other's company and enjoying taking this trip down memory lane. But until next time, you know what to do, right? Love you, love somebody else, and I'll see y'all soon.